morning, everybody. Today we are just talking, cruising in the Genesis Sedan, learning more about the vehicle itself and how it drives, learning the traits and characteristics of the V8, and basically I wanted to take a quick minute to talk about this car. It's a 2009, and it's actually a really comfortable car, and considering that you can pick one up for 12 to 15 grand, if you're in the market for a used full-size rear-wheel drive sedan, there is no competition here, like none. A used BMW, like what would this even compete against? A 3 Series? Even a 3 Series. To get one this fully loaded, you're just not going to get it in this price. To get one with this horsepower, you're not going to get it in this price. To get one that makes this exhaust note, it's not going to happen. So I thought I'd take a little bit of time and we'll talk about the actual car itself. The audio system is phenomenal. It is so good. It's got the Lexicon Logic 7 system with 17 speakers. It is phenomenal. It's just an amazing audio system. Like, it is fantastic. The seats, not super comfortable, I'm not gonna lie. They are not the best seats. They're fully adjustable on the driver's side, and the seat heaters get really, really warm. But long trips, I don't know. I feel like for me, the Genesis Coupe's seats are better. I was able to sit in a Genesis Coupe for an entire week once, and 10-hour days driving. I had no problem with it. This, I don't know. I think, I took a trip up north with it to just kind of stretch its legs and get different feels for it. And after 4 hours, I was kind of glad to get out of the car, which is unusual. But it might just be my body type, or maybe I don't have the seat set up correctly. I don't know. The rest of the vehicle is quite well done. I mean, for a 2009 Hyundai, the fit and finish is really spot on. There have been some statements made that the fit and finish on this vehicle, like the 2009 to 2014, is actually better than the 2015. Yeah, you don't have like the all-wheel drive system and all that, but that in my opinion, that's pretty good, right? Traction control on this car is a million times, oh my god, it is so freaking, night and day. Here's the Genesis Coupe, over there is the Genesis Sedan, and how good it is. It is like it's the way the Coupe should have been done. Seriously, Hyundai, I hope you're watching this, because the Coupe's traction control system is fucking garbage. The traction control system on this one is amazing. Like, you don't even really notice that it's going on, aside from every once in a while the little orange light beeps, right? So it's so good. It is so smooth. The transition between it is so nice. It doesn't feel like it's bogging. It's bogging, right, because it's controlling torque, but it doesn't feel like it's just the car is just dying on you, right? So smooth, so nice. I love it. And I am going to be taking the traction control system from this car and putting it in the Coupe, because it is that much better. I don't even know how Hyundai got that crappy traction control system from the Coupe. How that even happened. It doesn't even have a drift mode or anything like that, so I don't know. And what else can I talk about? Transmission, standard 6-speed slush box from ZF. Not a bad transmission, a little harsh. Not gonna lie, it's a little harsh, especially for some reason first gear. So what I've taken to doing is throwing it into manual mode when I'm coming to a stop, and I flick it into first gear after I've stopped. It seems to make a difference. I don't know if that's just maybe because the transmission's worn. Maybe the oil needs to be changed in it, which we're going to be doing anyways, or something. I don't know. We'll find out. But that I'm going to fix. Just that little bit of harshness I'm not really a big fan of. And what else we got here? The mirrors are very interesting. I wish I could take them, like I wish they would bolt up to my coupe. I would even bolt them up red just to get the feature, but when you throw it into reverse, the mirrors tilt back, or tilt down, and you can turn it off just by like centering the little toggle switch for which mirror you want to modify. But when you're parallel parking, it is fantastic. Like, I do think it's a little weird that both mirrors do it. I think primarily the passenger side should, but whatever. I haven't really come into a complaint with it. The V8 is very nice, very smooth. I can completely understand how it won Ward's best engine like so many times. I think it's won it like 3 times. Once is a 4.6, once is a revised 4.6, and then again is the 5.0 GDI. Very, very smooth. Lots of power all the way to redline. I would even say that this engine, if you revved it out a little bit further, would actually even make more power. But obviously, because it's a luxury, supposed to be luxury sedan, its power, you know, the revving it out to $8,000, I mean, it doesn't need it. There is some interesting technology about the engine, and when we get into the development videos, we cover that. But it's basically two 2.0Ts slapped together with better mechanical parts, because it's got like roller lifters and stuff like that instead of flat tappets. So it's designed to last longer. That's the way I would describe it, is the mechanics of it. The engine's just designed to last longer. E-Pass, if you don't know what that is, it's electronic power assisted steering. E-Pass is garbage. Yeah. This is actually my first real foray, well, besides driving Mustangs, with dealing with E-Pass, and it should be burned, like really burnt, crispy burnt, like gone. It is horrible. It's numb, it's vague. Yes, it's very easy to steer and stuff like that, but it's just not a good system. Maybe just in this iteration. Oh wait, no, I drove a Veloster Turbo for a while, and yeah, I got lent a Veloster Turbo for a while, and no, hated that too. It's fucking garbage. There's other things that, you know, I think to a certain degree, I mean, I can maybe understand the emission stuff, but one argument was made that E-Pass allows for you to maintain, you know, the same steering in the event that the engine dies while the car is like going down the road. That's a lie. Maybe it's just for this car, but that's a lie. The Genesis Sedan doesn't do that. I even tested it out. I shut off the engine while I was going down the highway, and no, the steering became just about unusable. So, you know, maybe that's a Hyundai thing or whatever, but it's actually not really as equipped as I thought it would be. There are like luxury features to it and stuff like that, but I was expecting the learning curve to be a lot higher. And I mean, you can take this as you will, or what, maybe it's just so intuitively well done that it doesn't feel like you're being overloaded. But at no time does it actually feel difficult to use this car. Like, how do I even put it? The DIS, or driver information system, which is their version of a rotary dial for the car audio, is very easy to use. It's a little bit like cumbersome sometimes, because you just want to push the fucking screen, and the 8-inch screen isn't touch on this. On a 2009, it's not touch. I don't know about the newer ones, but 2009, it's not touch. I think it stays that way until 2010 or 2011. But yeah, you want to reach over and just poke the damn screen and get your action done with. But no, you got to fiddle with the knob. And I mean, everybody's moving to this system. I don't really understand why. I think it's just like to keep fingerprints off the screen longer or whatever, but that's what they're doing. I don't like it, but I'm not in charge. But learning all of the tech in the car actually is not that difficult. It's just such an easy car to learn, and I think that's a testament to Hyundai for making the car so intuitive. All of the buttons are laid out very easy. The far side buttons of the climate control are actually angled towards the passenger, and I'm a very firm believer that at no time should the passenger feel more important than the driver. Unless, like you're in the back seat, in which case, load it the hell up. But I mean, that's why we've got the Eclipse. But in this car, at no time should, this type of car, I should say, like a sporty luxury car, at no time should the driver feel like they have to reach to make things happen. And unfortunately, because of the way that they did it to get that symmetry, you end up having to reach for it, and I'm not a big fan of it. But it is pretty. It's pretty. There's like little traces of light pipe in the dash, which is very nice. I wish it would have continued a little bit further, but I mean, I am reviewing an older car, so there's lots of things that have changed in the newer ones, but I'm talking from a used perspective, okay? Like, you're allowed to complain about anything you want to complain about. And I'm specifically looking at this as a used vehicle, like you're picking one up for cheap. And heating system in this, very good. Speaking of climate control, it's very nice. You guys gotta stare at the back of my steering wheel for a little bit there. It warms up. It does actually take a little bit, unless you plug the V8 in, it does seem to take a little bit to warm up, but it could also be that I'm just used to the very fast warm-up of a turbocharged car, because turbocharged cars, the engine warms up a lot faster. I think it took about 11 miles before the engine was actually up to temperature, and almost at my destination here. And that's not horrible, but it's also not fantastic for this kind of car. But if I plug the block in, it takes like 3. So I think you just need to get off my ass and plug the block in. And yes, you guys are not really hearing a turn signal because of 2 reasons. 1, the turn signals in this car are not very loud. 2, this is Canada, and more particularly this is Saskatchewan, and almost nobody in this province uses a turn signal, and I am trying to blend in. It does have a backup camera, but it's also got these nifty little beeping system for staged. And the rear window screen thing comes up and down on its own when you shift into reverse. So, yeah, there's, it's a nice car. Like, if I was buying a used vehicle right now, I wouldn't hesitate. Like, I was looking for this type of vehicle, I wouldn't actually hesitate whatsoever of buying this car. It's, especially with the V8. I'm gonna specify this. A lot of people say that the V6 is more economical. It's more than enough power for the vehicle in order to scoot you around. That's fine. But I think the fact that the Tau gets Ward's best engine alone is enough to sway a lot of people to just buy the V8. Now, if you live in Canada, that's going to be really hard because there was only like 400 and something Genesis Sedans sold in Canada, and I think it was like 11 or 15% of those were V8s, which is what made finding this particular car incredibly difficult. Like, this car took us months to find. So if you can find one, buy it, because it's like, yeah, just buy it, okay? Because even if you're buying it and you don't really have an intention of driving it, and it's just a car that you want to throw into your collection because it's like the first pseudo-luxury Korean vehicle, and you're like an obscure collector of cars, there are so few of this car made that it is actually a collector's item. There's like 50 in all of Canada. There's probably maybe 200 in the United States for 2009 of V8s, okay, of V8s. So, I mean, it is actually a rare car, and add insult to injury, I guess, we're cutting it up. So, well, not really cutting up. The chassis is going to be fine, but we're going to take the motor out and a bunch of other stuff. So, yeah, it's actually a very good car. So, I look forward to putting half of it in a coupe and making the coupe a better car. So, a little bit longer video than I anticipated, but, you know, we will talk to you guys next time, and hopefully then we are, you know, actually doing something mechanical for once. So, alright, see you guys next time. Don't forget to click somewhere to subscribe or wherever it's sitting these days, and don't forget to check out all of our partners over on snoopypanda.com and check out their sites and all the amazing goodies that they do. And yeah, see you guys next time.